Okay, here we're working on some examples dealing with parallel and perpendicular slopes. So now we talked about, parallel slopes being the same and perpendicular slopes being a negative reciprocal, meaning the fraction gets flipped and the sign gets changed. Okay? So here we have perpendicular, here we have parallel. This technically is your symbol for parallel because it's two lines that. Now, it says which is a standard form of equation of a line that is perpendicular to this here. Now, the first thing we have to do with our equation here is actually find a slope. That's usually what's happening in the beginning of all these questions is, okay, what is your slope? Because once you know your slope, you know or can find a perpendicular or parallel slope to that. So we got 8x plus 1. I'm dividing by negative 4. And one way to find slope is to get your y equals mx plus b, which I have here. Y is equal, this cancels out, to negative 2x plus or minus 1 over 4. Now, the piece of information I'm looking for is the slope. Now, it tells me my slope is negative 2. So if I want to find a slope perpendicular to this, I would flip it and change the sign. Now I have 1/2 as my slope, as my m. Now again, one of those key formulas we work with is the y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. And here I have my slope, and here I have my x1, y1. So I could say y minus 4 is equal to 1/2 x minus a minus 1. Now the key here is to remember that there's a minus here and you're subtracting another negative 1. So actually rewriting this to make it look super smooth is a x plus 1. Now, just to solve, first we want to distribute. So I get y minus 4 is equal to 1/2 x plus 1/2. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So I'm going to get y is equal to 1/2 x. What I'll do here is I'll do 1/2 plus 4 over 1, which becomes 1/2 plus 8 over 2. So I get plus 9 over 2. Now they want standard form. Standard form I'll put up here is ax plus by equals c. So basically your coefficient, basically this piece and this piece need to be on one side, and then this, because it's not attached to letters, considered your c. So what I want to do is actually move this piece to the other side and say, okay, negative, and I'll do that by subtracting both sides by negative 1/2 x. Negative 1/2 x plus y is equal to 9 over 2. Most standard form does not have or will not have a fraction to go with it. So one way to eliminate fractions with or in any sort of equation is to actually multiply by said denominator. So actually this cancels out the 2 and the 2. This becomes negative 1x plus 2y equals 9. So a mistake we made, or a mistake I made, is that going from 1/2 to negative 1/2, for whatever reason I made it a negative, should have stayed positive, which would have made this a positive 1x, and then your answer here would have been answer choice D. Are we okay with that?